actually part of the class today, and but we are very sure that you're not going back the same. You will go back better than the way you came. So we're talking about responsibility builds dominion. Responsibility. Responsibility. Okay, so we'll be looking at today is part one, today is 25th. Okay, so dominion begins with responsibility. Um, Mr. George, I need this right here. So dominion begins with responsibility. Brackets open. Why most people never rise? Why most people never rise? Okay, so we have about six outlines. Six outlines. The first one is called responsibility. Number two is called the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden is your field of domain. Field of domain. Number three, the palace. Number four, we're looking at the plants and creatures. Number five, we'll be looking at leadership. Number six, we are ruling the reign. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Okay. 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 It's very important that everybody decides to define their own domain, define exactly what you'll be doing in life. This life we are living now, we will surely become accountable to it, and it will be so surprised that a lot of people were never responsible for anything, and they will have nothing to give as account. They will say, "I left my vineyard, I left my leadership position, I left my realm of responsibility, I left my realm of course, in empowerment, a realm of impact, a realm of creativity, and I have to sell my time, I have to be a slave, I have to be a servant." It's not that's going to be good. So we have to inform you, educate you, empower you, inspire you, so that you wake up to the possibilities of good things happening to you, because you should be able to feel abundance, be in the realm of abundance. That things are not working the way you want to work now, but at least you are making a plan, you are moving towards a direction, you are deliberate and definite about your direction or your destination, and you are working towards something, and you are being responsible for someone, a community, a domain, an enterprise, a family, a business. You are responsible to making impact to something. So we have to discuss that. So before we even go to the outlines, I have to give you one or two statements that will actually help us launch into we are going to write it down on a very important before. Let me just give one important statement. Absolute responsibility, absolute authority is the realm of your responsibility. Absolute authority is the realm of your responsibility. Absolute authority. Anywhere you exercise authority is the realm of your responsibility. Absolute authority is the realm of your responsibility. Is the realm of your responsibility. Absolute authority is the realm of your responsibility. So absolute authority is the realm of your responsibility. So write this down very number one, and let's pick number one, responsibility. Absolute authority is the realm of your responsibility. Absolute authority is the realm of your responsibility. And then once you put that down, write responsibility. And the first statement you make when it comes to responsibility is that authority and responsibility are the two sides of the same coin. If I get a coin now, there's a head and a tail. So one is responsibility, one is authority. Right there, authority and responsibility are two sides of the same coin. That is the first statement you make here. Authority and responsibility are the two sides of the same coin. So you cannot do one without another. I cannot do this one without this one. Authority and responsibility are two sides of the same coin. They're the same coin. Anybody that assumes leadership must assume responsibility and authority. And that is what happens. So once you pick the coin of leadership, two things must happen. You have absolute authority, you have a responsibility. If you drop leadership, and anybody can lead. Leadership is not about position, it's a responsibility. Leadership is not about control, it's about impact. Leadership is not about it's about influence, it's about empowerment. So maybe because of that, I would have to talk about leadership very soon. So your God has created everything in this world and give it to man for man to become a steward, a leader, and a manager over the works of his hand. But a man needs to gather it and organize it and make it a domain and begin to dominate that domain. So write it down, very, very important. If you have authority, then you have a responsibility. If you have authority, then you have a responsibility. If you have authority, then you have a responsibility. Come on. If you have a responsibility, that means you have authority. If you have authority, that means you have if you have authority, then you have a responsibility. If you have authority, then you are responsible. I think that's a better one, sir. If you have authority, then you are responsible. If you have authority, then you are responsible. And if you have if you are responsible, then you have authority. And if you are responsible, then you have authority. If you have authority, then you are responsible. If you are responsible, then you have authority. If I say this laptop is under your authority, that means you are responsible to keep it very well. Or this is your responsibility to keep this laptop. That means your authority to keep the laptop. That's when God gives you anything, God wants to exercise authority over that thing. So if you have authority, then you are responsible. If you are responsible, then you have authority. You cannot do one without another. So it's not about control, it's not about ruling, it's about being in charge. Write it down. Leadership and rule start with responsibility. Leadership and rule start with responsibility. Leadership and rule start with responsibility. Not about just define where you are going to, define a vision and pursue that vision. People that accept you and accept your vision, they will be part of it. If they accept you and not your vision, they will look for another vision. If they accept your vision, they don't accept you, they will go and look for another mentor. But if they accept you, the first thing is for you to find a direction, find a vision and pursue, find a domain and domain, find something and be responsible for something. Become that person. It's about becoming. It's about becoming. It's about becoming that person that people can work with. So our authority comes from our responsibility. That is how it works. As a leadership and rule start with responsibility. So your authority is legitimized by your responsibility. If you are responsible, then only you have authority. Write it down, very important. Dominion starts with a sense of responsibility. Dominion starts with a sense of responsibility. Dominion starts with a sense of responsibility. Whether you are going to build an enterprise, organization, family, businesses, investment, anything, dominion starts with a sense of responsibility. So now I want to ask yourself an almighty question this morning. What is God holding me responsible for? What is God holding me responsible for? What will God holding me? What is God holding me responsible for? That means, what am I responsible for in this life? Is it a family? Is it my business? Is it my enterprise? Is it my community? Is it someone that God has given me to mentor and train? What is God holding me responsible for? What is God holding you responsible for? What can you say, this is what I'm responsible to make this thing better, to design it, to develop and defend it? So you must find a domain. You must dominate something. You must be responsible for something. Find something and be responsible. This gives a sense of purpose, sense of assignment, sense of direction, sense of calling, sense of power, sense of. But once you are responsible for something to make something better, design, develop, and defend, so something happen. In fact, if I'm not written anything today, write this one statement, and then you will help. You will tell me thank you for the rest of the year. I'm serious about it. Write it down. A field of potentials. A field of potentials that you are responsible for to design, develop, and defend. A field of potential that you are responsible for to design, develop, and defend. A field of potential, a field of potential, a field of potential that you are responsible for to design, develop, and defend is your responsibility. A field of potential that you are responsible for to design, develop, and defend. A field of potential that you are responsible for to design, develop, and defend is your responsibility. A field of potential, a field of potential that you are responsible for to design, develop, and defend. Example: family, comma, brand, comma, a cause, comma, a movement, a message, a mission. Example: family, business family, a comma, a cause, comma, of course, a brand, comma, a message, comma, a mission, comma, enterprise, comma, business, comma, a organization, comma, community, comma, etc. Company, corporation, name it. A field of potential that you are responsible for to do three things: design it, develop it, and defend. Protect it. Protect it. Don't allow anybody, don't allow it to steal. The enemy will come to steal, kill, and destroy. Protect the enemy. Protect them from enemy. Put boundaries. A field of potential that you are responsible for to design, develop, and defend. Example: family is what you are responsible for. Cause, brand, message, company, enterprise, corporation, entity, name it, organization, a movement, a message, a mission, whatever direction. You must find something that you are responsible. That you wake up in the morning, you are thinking about that thing. I say a field of potential that you are responsible for to design, develop, and defend is your responsibility. Example: family. Example: cause, mission, mission, brand, corporation, company, name it, enterprise, organization. So what are you waking up to every morning? What are you waking up to make that thing better, improve it, impact it? You water it. Is it a brand? Is it a family? Yeah, you are responsible for. You are responsible to do three things: design, turn or design, turn or develop, turn or deploy. Defend, turn or defend. So if God has brought three people for you, five people to you, for you to educate them, inspire them, teach them, impact, influence, lead them, you say, I don't want. Because people just want to wake up to a life of, that's why I'm not wondering when the scripture was talking about the parable of the talent. He gave this one 5, this one 2, and this one 1 for them to be responsible for them and become accountable to them. And to make investment decisions on those talents. And when the master come, the one with 5 said, I went and traded with it and got extra 5. He said, good and faithful servant, come into my bosom. The one with the 2 said, I got extra. He's a good and faithful servant. The one with the 1 said, I hide it. I know you're a hard man. So he went and hide it because he doesn't know that if I don't show up every day, if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, that means I've denied people of opportunity to become successful. But the one with 5, trade doesn't happen in one. Every trade has distributorship, has, of course, partnership, has a retailer, has all those chain. So everyone in the value chain of distributorship of products or services will make money in between. Some will make money, pay their children's school fee, pay their house rent, wear clothes, wear shoes, help a lot of people. So because they will make money along the chain. So he did not trade with his own because he's selfish and he just think about himself. That he had denied everybody who would have made money along the chain. And they hide it and then brought it. They said, collect it from that one. Give it to him that have. God did not give to not have 2. He gave to one that have 5, that double his own. That means to whom much is given, much is expected. He that is something little, of course, to whom much will be given to him, much is expected from him. So he gave it to one that have 5. That means they were responsible to make decision on that investment because they have authority. Because anytime they give you responsibility, they give authority to protect, to design, to develop, and to defend. So God has given us time. All of us have 24 hours. Nobody have extra. Why are some people rich and wealthy with 24 hours? Some are broke and poor. Some are looking for who to blame. for the job they did not do. That they want to go and get the pay for the work they did not do. So I'm looking for who to blame for the decision they took. They're looking for who to complain about and justify with I don't know. They didn't want to be responsible to become. Me, I will talk about leadership when after this class. It's not about a position, it's about a responsibility. It's about who you become. It's not about the money, it's about who do you become. It's not about it's about the life you impact. It's about the contribution you make to the world. So you have to understand that there's no way you have a responsibility. You want to be responsible for a domain. The first thing is that you must assume authority. You must assume that see, oh, I am in charge. Why not act like that David, that they went to take his father's sheep? One of the animals there also came and carry one. He left that one and pursued that one. When he fought with, if me, I will not fight you. I will not fight. I will say, now only one, now make it a go. At least I get plenty. But the guy no agree. As you no agree, you go fight that animal, collect that sheep. God say, if now this thing what this guy do for sheep can take of Israel, forget I've seen a man after my heart. Because the guy is responsible for anything that's given to him, that none will be lost under his watch. None will be lost under his watch. That is a responsible person. And he wants to take as authority that whatever you are giving to me, I must be accountable for it. Some people want to be accountable for their time. That is a sin of disobedience, a sin of witchcraft. That in 24 hours, you cannot be accountable to yourself. You cannot even lead yourself. You want to go and lead people. It's not even working. Okay, as you came to office, what did you do? How many texts did you send? How many calls did you make? How many people do you teach? How many people do you mentor? What do you do? There is something called KPI, key performance indicators. Few the things you do. You say no. You say no, but you want to get result, a sustainable result. How? It cannot work because God is God of system and structure. God designed everything and put everything in place. So I think I run autopilot. So you must be responsible. In fact, let me tell you something. Moses' leadership did not start with the burning bush. No, it was clear to him when he saw an Egyptian smitten and hitting the Hebrew, and he trying to defend the Hebrew and then kill the Egyptian in the process. That immediately he possessed a sense of responsibility to protect the Hebrews. That was when the clarity started. And let me say something very important. Whatever you start, whenever you start feeling responsible for something, that is a clue to your assignment and a realm of which God wants you to rule and dominate. Write it down on your note. Whenever you start to feel responsible, whenever you start to feel responsible for something or for anyone, whenever you start to feel responsible for something or anyone, that is a clue to your assignment, calling, purpose. Whenever you start to feel responsible for something or for someone, whenever you start to feel responsible for something or someone, that's a clue to your assignment, your purpose, your calling, and a realm of which God wants you to rule and dominate. Whenever you start to feel responsible for something or for someone, that is a clue. Clue is spelled C-L-U-E. Whenever you start to feel responsible for something or someone, that's the clue to your assignment, your calling, your purpose on earth, and a realm over which God wants you to rule and dominate. Whenever you start to feel responsible for something or for someone, that is a clue to your assignment, your purpose, your calling, and a realm over which God wants you to rule and dominate. So in this life, a lot of people don't want to be responsible for anything. They don't want to be responsible for anything. It's not me. It's not my job description. You know what, you went to church. You get mine. Come carry K-chief. Come do for church chair like this. That means that God is telling you that you are supposed to be cleaning that chair. For you to be conscious to do that chair like this and look, that means you are responsible to clean the chair. That is a clue. For you to say this choir are not singing well, that is your call of ministry. Go and sing well. This pastor is not preaching well, that is your call. Go and preach well. You need to be there. Whenever you find faults, that's a clue to your assignment. This brother is not dressing well. It's your responsibility to buy him clothes to dress well. This brother's shoe is not fine. You see him, buy him shoe. That's a clue. God said do it. That's what you see. This brother clothes, he did like this. Buy him the whole go take strength. This brother no get into the trek, buy him car. Yes or yes. I don't like landlord is treating this neighbor. Build him a house. Pay rent for him in a good neighborhood. Whenever you start to feel responsible for something or for someone, that is a clue to your assignment, your purpose, your calling, and a realm over which God wants you to rule and dominate. You don't like business like me. I don't like business to close. I like somebody renting a shop, start a business, selling clothes, shoes, cement, rod, whatever he's selling, and over time the business closed. It can no longer. It pains because I know that business is not just closed. That business is not just fail because business don't fail. No business fail in this life. People fail. People don't just fail because they don't just know enough. If they know enough, they will not fail. So the reason why the person failed is because he lacked knowledge. What if he met someone like me to teach him and educate him about system structure, how to run a good business? Why must I teach you? Because I run a business that fail, I run a business that succeed. So understand the difference between the failed business and the one that succeed. Understand what I did not do that my business failed. What I did, my business succeed. I've tried business, I've tried KK business, I bought two, it fell. I bought car, do boat, it fell. I do airport taxi, it fell. I've tried poultry farming, it fell. I've tried oil business, it fell. I've tried liquid soap and the air freshener business, it got nabbed and it fell. I've tried other things that succeeded. I've tried electronics business succeed. I've tried barbing succeed. I've tried that barbing business. I've tried 3 barbing businesses that fell woefully, but I tried the next one is succeed. I've tried laundry business succeed. I've tried so many things that succeed. So understand the business ethics. Why this one fell? Why this one succeed? And now understand that you must be responsible and assume authority. Say, I must assume authority over my life, over my family, over my business, over my enterprise to succeed and excel. Touch yourself, say I'm a success. That one is begging for the cash card. Touch yourself, say I'm a millionaire. Say I'm a millionaire creator. So whenever you start to assume responsibility, you feel responsible for something or someone, that is a clue to your assignment, your purpose, and your calling, and over a realm which God wants you to rule and dominate. In fact, the first job God gave man, Adam, was to dress and keep the garden. So the dress was to make it beautiful, to keep was to protect and defend it, and to make sure none of those gardens will suffer loss. God is the one that planted the garden. Adam never planted. God planted it and put Adam to dress and to keep. The first job was to dress and to keep, was to design, develop, and defend. So you want to succeed in life and rule over a domain, rule over a system, a structure, a family, a business, an enterprise. The first thing is to assume responsibility. And assume responsibility. Stop saying it's not me, it's my mentor, it's my mentee. The moment you start saying it's the government, it's tax, it's this, they call it my father and my mother, that means you've handed over the power of your change to that thing you blend. If you say the economy is the reason why I'm broke and poor, that means you're telling yourself if the economy doesn't get better, you cannot get better. If you say that my auntie is the reason why I'm not succeeding, you're telling if your auntie doesn't get better, you will never get better. Oh, it's my father that never gave me millions, never support my family. My problem is too much. That means you're saying that if your family doesn't take responsibility to make your life better, you will not get better. You say it's my mentor that is not supporting me. That means your mentor don't support you, you will not get better. That means you sit down and don't want to be responsible for your life. You don't assume authority, because if I bring a coin have a head and a tail. Forget the middle. That once the coin is authority, once the coin is responsibility. A leader must assume both. Once you assume responsibility, that means you have authority over that thing. To keep, to design, to develop, and to defend. Protect it. God will ask you account of everything. He said, God, I cast demon in your name. He said, no, when I was in prison, he didn't see me. When I was sick, he didn't come to visit me. When I was, he said, where you say, as you do to these ones. I will come to it, because you need to understand that it's about impact, it's about influence. And this is what gives us fulfillment. This is what attracts quality people to us. This is what attracts research to us, because value commands its own return. Say no, value commands its own return. I give you an example. If a pastor, if you go to church and your pastor bless your spirits very well with the word of God, and you are so lifted, you are so inspired, you feel more connected with your creator, right? And the pastor failed to collect offering, and he said, share the grace, everybody go home. Immediately you go home, you don't remember, something is missing, I'm not giving something today. Watch it. Next Sunday, who will carry fowl? Carry fowl. Who will carry yam? Will carry yam. Who will carry something else? Because it's a response. Value commands its own return. That means even when you don't ask, the universe brings back to you. It might not be from the people, it might be from different people, from same people, no wahala. But once you give value, once you wake up to assume a response to someone, just make up your mind and say, this year, I'll have 5 people to become a millionaire. I want 5 to make 1 million this year. 1 million as an extra income. Just make up your mind that I will go out and look for 3. I'll go and look for 6. I'll go and look for 7. That I'm going out today. God, anybody that wants to make it 1 million this year as an extra income, 28 million, God bring them to me. Anybody that God brings to you, tell him, do you want to make 28 million in 12 months? He say yes. He say, you are the one I will mentor. Just help 5 people. When you help a lot of people achieve their own dreams, your own dreams will be achieved. But that leads me to number 2. Number 2 says the garden of Eden. That's your field of potentials, your field of domain. You must find a domain. Find something and dominate. Find something and be responsible for. Find someone and be responsible for that person to become great in life. Find someone that you want to make this person's life better. And let him solve one part of his life, either the spiritual life or the financial life. I told you, man is a spirit. Man is a spirit that lives in a body that has a mind. You know, mind. So as food is to the body, so is the word of God to the spirit. So is knowledge to the mind. You know, knowledge. Find somebody to make sure the person's spiritual life is better, or his body's life is better, or his mind is better. Find some part of something. Say, this person, as you're meeting me, your mind must be strong. Your mind must be liberated from negative to positive, from failure to success, from nothing to significant. Just make sure the mind is emancipated, the mind is liberated. The person, because this, just if you know you are a pastor, work on the person's spirit. Make sure the spirit will take over the mind and rule and dominate. Because it's about, see, I don't want to succeed without God, because it doesn't make sense. See, God must be the center of our success, no matter what we have, because He has everything. So why would you want to go outside of Him? I don't understand. We can get everything inside of Him. Look at our field of potential. You are still with me, shall I? Write it down. Your field of potential. Your field of potential, bracket, the Garden of Eden. Your field of potentials, the Garden of Eden, is your company, comma, your brand, comma, your family. Your field of potentials, bracket, open, your Garden of Eden, bracket closes, is your company, is your enterprise, is your brand, is your community, is your movement, is your message, is your mission, is your cause, a lot of them. Your field of potential, your field of potential, your field of potential, bracket with your Garden of Eden, is your brand, is your company, is your family, is your enterprise, is your corporation, is your community, is someone that you're responsible, something you're responsible for. Enterprise, company, corporation, individual, message, mission, name it, cause, family, corporation, business. So find something and say, this is my field of potentials. I will dress and I will keep it. I will design, I will develop, I will defend it. Not under my watch, you will never suffer loss. Not under my watch, you'll be successful. Not under my watch, you make exploit. Under my watch, you take domain. Just be responsible for something. A lot of people are not responsible for anything. They always come and say, let me just go to my place of work. What my guy says I should do, I will do it. But, so just go. Guy says, stand up. Jump. He said, how fast should I jump? Sleep is sleep. They just tell you when to come to work, when to go from work, how much to pay you, and they put a glass ceiling on your life, and you accepted it. There's someone I was trying to give direction. After asking for so much money, I said, I cannot keep giving you money. Because the thing is this, if you give a man fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So you better I teach you how to be successful like I am. So you can I'll give you the boat, the net, and the skills so you can start fishing. You can start making your own money so that you stop depending on someone, not even me. Because the truth of the matter is that you cannot be successful like this. So I carry book and give to the person to read. And the person started getting offended with me that he came to me to pay for money. That now I'm giving him book to read. And because of that, he did not come to me again. Exactly 1 year plus. And last week, I called, how far now? Where you there? He said, I did so and so. I said, can we see tomorrow? And he said, yes. So yesterday he came to my office. So I asked him, what are you doing now? He said, I don't get job. I said, what they pay you? Graduate to master's degree holder. Master, so it's 70,000 naira. I said, 70,000. He said, yes. That's okay. You eat every day, 500 morning, 500 naira evening, 1,000 naira. And you eat for 30 days. But you must eat even Saturday or Sunday. You must eat. Yes or yes? 30,000 naira. You pay transport to work, 500, come back. At least 500 to work, 500. You spend 1,000 25 days. 25,000 plus 30,000. How much is that? 55,000. I said you buy tissue, you buy soap, you buy toothpaste, you cut your hair, you do this. Okay, now, how many months have you worked? You say I work for 11 months. This month making the 12th month now. I said, have you been able to save 100,000? He said no. I said, why will you spend? You spend 1 year. You spend 1 year, you cannot save 100,000. And every month, after calculating for him, is based on that. He spent practically 90,000 naira every month, and he's collecting 70,000 naira. Is he going forward or going backward? I said, have you seen why you will not be rich and wealthy in this life? That will tell you to do something. Now you work for that place. I give you 1 more year to work. That's if you really want to work. God will tell you to resign today. But you're not resigning to something. You must resign to something. I will give you a book to read again, and then you will read that book. And then what you will do is that you will save 10% of your 7,000 for 7 months. for 1 year or whatever you want to pay, so you can have that money and do investment. So that when you are working with me, that investment will give you small money to pay your transport money. I will be a millionaire. So I'll give you 1 year to go and suffer. Let them buy let them buy you wholesale and pay you. Make you suffer well. You say, I'm suffering already. I say, look at the clothes you are wearing. The clothes is not even iron. It be like bottle. It be like bottle. Are you not ashamed? You are wearing clothes. You say light no day, my neighbor. Say you can never live in a neighborhood that will have light. Your neighborhood will never have light. I said, I know how you came. This clothes is just as a pet war with less. I'm a man. I told my neighbor to check why the clothes is bad. I think your neighbor is like you. both of you are in the same WhatsApp group chat. How your neighbor thinks you bring this kind of clothes to my office? As in, you don't even fear. Say you are playing in front of a president. They are in front of me with this rack. You say, okay, your best of your clothes and wear and see me. Okay, I'll give you 10,000 naira. Go and suffer for the next 1 year. Suffer. That's you know the time of your life. Then born poverty. As in, you never suffer a lot. You finish first degree, you go do masters. That masters, I know how your mama suffer, your papa suffer. They sell things, may my pick my hand. After masters, you go work for 70,000. I said the lowest you should pay in life is 1 million. Tell me 1 million. Why would you pay 70,000? I can see something is wrong with you. You have identity crisis. When I finish the thing, he said, okay, no, okay, you don't do now. Okay, take it easy. I will resign. I said, let me finish it today. Because some of you know there's sense. Work for 1 year, your life will be better. You go to work for 70,000. You can't live in a good neighborhood. You'll be trick. In fact, your life will suffer. This country, 70,000. People never start with you. Make you win second term. The tax policy will set in. He said the school is even collecting 7,000 every month. They are collecting. I said, oh, so you don't even go with 70,000? He said, yes, that you go with 63,000. I said, congratulations. The tax master has come, the original tax master, the original one. Come and learn and come and take responsibility, because God create work, tell no work. Man create job, tell no job. God gave man work to dress and to keep. A domain, something is still an enterprise, but you want to gain. Even if you suffer to learn a business. Yesterday I went to Okobo to do a presentation. I talk now. When I finish, everybody their mind don't shift. Once I worked for 35 years, I really regretted that I retired as a government employee. But now I'm telling all my children not to work for government. Look at me, I'm nothing. So imagine that a man will tell you that government used him, use your time, use your energy, use your effort, use your intellectual property, and leave you with little or nothing. I met a police officer that the time limit is 40,000 now. No, 40,000. 40,000. Since the retirement, he's still collecting the money till today. In fact, more continue. So your field of potential is something that you are responsible for. A message, a movement, a company, an enterprise, a brand. Your garden is your responsibility, and your field of seed, your field of potential, your giftings, your talents, your vitality. So, and there was a man who found a treasure in the Holy Bible and went and hid it and went and sold everything he has to go and buy that treasure. That means the person that sold the treasure to him never understood the amount of treasure that is land. You that go and sell your time, you don't even know who you are. That your brain has the capacity to make you $1 billion. You make you a millionaire, a billionaire. But you went and sold your own to somebody who discovered you as a treasure. Tell your neighbor. If your employer discover you before you discover yourself, he will buy you wholesale and retail you every month. Come, let us educate you how to become a business owner. You're not going to work for me. We'll work together as a partner. I help you build your own business while I build my own business. We make money you make from the business, you go and buy investment. You know, investment. So that money can work for you. When investment go, you want money for investment, go do small business, because the money is coming for the year. So you want to go and do what they call work chop. You work and chop till you die. That's the problem. And you can't be complaining, begging us for money. And that thing that you'll be looking at your neighbor's field, as if your neighbor's field is better than your own. No. Grass is not greener on the other side. Grass is only greener where it's water. Tell no, grass is not greener on the other side. Grass is only greener where it's watered. Write it down under this outline number 2. Immediately you recognize your treasure. Immediately you recognize your treasure hidden inside of you. Immediately You recognize your treasure. Bracket open, example, talent, giftings, ideas. Let me give you your treasure. Already up, all of us may be born naked, but you are not born empty. Immediately you recognize your treasure hidden inside of you. A bracket, example of the treasure, bracket open, talent, giftings, ideas, vitality, fidelity, innovation, concept, name it. Immediately you discover your treasure hidden inside of you. Bracket open, talent, giftings, ideas, concept, vitality, fidelity, the plenty. Immediately you discover your treasure hidden inside of you. Bracket open, example, talent, comma, giftings, comma, ideas, comma, gift, vitality, comma, fidelity, comma, innovations, comma, concept, etc. Bracket open, closes. You need to assume a responsibility and authority to dress and to keep it. You need to discover the talent, a treasure hidden inside of you. You need to recognize a treasure hidden inside of you. You need to recognize a treasure. Sorry, you need to recognize a treasure hidden inside of you. Example: open talent, giftings, vitality, fidelity, ideas, innovation, concept. Bracket open. You need to assume responsibility and authority to dress and to keep it. So tomorrow we start talking about palace, the plants and the creatures, leadership, and then what we talk about is called ruling the realm. It's going to be something crazy. In fact, I will even take place now. I will go and develop, I'll add more flesh on this leadership. But I want to do something about leadership so that after the class, you will now know what you assume authority for. And the things you are not assume authority, leave it alone. One of the things that you don't bother about the things you cannot control. Tell your neighbor, don't bother about the things you cannot control. Leave them alone. No, touch them or leave them alone. Some other neighbors say, leave them alone. You cannot control naira, cannot control dollars, cannot control the sun, cannot control the moon, cannot control your neighbor, cannot control your father, your mother, your pastor, your bishop. Leave them alone. Only control the things you can control, which is your time, your concept, your idea, your character, your behavior. I will talk about it so that you can see that the reason why people blame people for not succeeding in life is because they don't want to assume responsibility authority. They say, hey, mentor, how can you want to get a harvest? You don't want to clear the grass. You don't want to put the fire. You don't want to till the sun. You don't want to put the soil. You don't want to plant the cassava stick. You don't want to plant the corn. But you don't want to weed. You don't want to weed though. You know when you plant cassava stick, you must weed. In my place, we do 2 weeding. You must weed it. And when you weed, you have to take because if you leave the weed to compete with the main cassava, the weed will overshadow it. You must take the responsibility and wait. And wait. People don't want to wait. They don't like process. They like lucky jump. They like shortcut that is cutting their life short. Everything that is shortcut. That's in one place. Just this thing, read book, attend classes, summarize, you become better. Do attend text, make up. You want money. Okay. Can you go to Million now and say, maybe I want salary? When you are not their staff. They will not pay you. Can you go to Shell, MTN, Glow? Access Bank say, I've been banking in this bank, so I'm supposed to pay salary when they are not their staff. They are not responsible for yourself. They are not responsible to you at all. So the thing is that don't expect to get money, harvest, result from the work you did not do. Tell me, neighbor. Don't expect to get harvest, result from the work you did not do. That is called lottery ticket. That is called Yahoo mindset. That is called coupon mindset. That is called Niger mindset. See, you cannot be wealthy as luck. You don't become wealthy as luck. Nobody ever build wealth by luck. People that build wealth never build by luck or chances. We design it, we develop and defend. You want to be a millionaire, then you must own the game. You must be the honest mentality. Who plays that game? Even they tell you. Even the people where they smoke, they put that smokers are liable to die young. And person go smoke, get cancer, go sue smoking company. God say, are you normal? Can't you see smokers are liable to die young? You are not responsible and assume authority over your life, over your health, over your family. Then you are blaming somebody. Anyway, tomorrow we'll do so much job. Say anyway, I'm in charge. Online community, don't get involved in a business without a mentor. Mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. He that stands on the shade of mentors will see far. See you tomorrow. See you at the top. Have a wonderful day. That is the best we can take today. Shalom. Thank you so much.